Harish, big development there. At the moment, at least, no relief coming the way of Manish Sisodia as he and his party leaders would have liked.
Yes, that's right, Madhav, and a very serious observation coming from the bench that just because any incident has happened in Delhi, it does not mean that you have to come running to the Supreme Court directly. There are other forums. There is a set hierarchy. First, there is a trial court, then there is a high court, then there is a Supreme Court. There is no way you can come rushing to the Supreme Court. And Chief Justice of India, CJI Chandrachud, has said, first exhaust your option of going to Delhi High Court. There is obviously we are sitting here. Once you go there, if you don't get relief, you always have the liberty to come to the Supreme Court. Saying so, Supreme Court has refused to interfere with the arrest of Sisodia. Not only arrest, also the remand order. Remember yesterday, the Rouse Avenue Court had, in fact, remanded him to 5 days CBI custody. All that has been for now upheld by the Supreme Court, saying that it will not interfere at this juncture. It will not jump the hierarchy. It will not allow Sisodia to jump the hierarchy. And the Chief Justice has said that first you should go to High Court and then you can come to the Supreme Court. So several observations were made. In fact, Singhvi had said that how is it being called that he has been non-cooperative, evasive. When I appeared, whenever I was called. Number two, if someone is not willing to say something you want to hear.
All right, please stay with us. Harish, we have with us Mr. Majid Memon of the TMC now joining us on the phone line. Mr. Majid Memon, your thoughts on the Supreme Court, because it has not entertained the plea that was in fact filed by the legal team of Manish Sisodia, where they wanted the Supreme Court to intervene. The court has very clearly said that they must approach the first forum where in fact they should be appealing, and that is the Delhi High Court, before coming to the Supreme Court. Your response as a lawyer, sir?
Well, according to the established procedure, when an arrested person wants to seek his liberty and apply for bail, you should go before the court which is available, and it is for the Supreme Court to always ask the person, why did you not go to High Court? So this is nothing but a procedural arrangement that the arrestee, that is the Deputy Chief Minister, has to first approach Delhi High Court. And I think he would be moving very soon, Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court will hear on merits. This would mean that Supreme Court has not examined the merits of his contention for release of bail.
Right, but sir, if you've seen the response coming in from Aam Aadmi Party over the last few days, they have been suggesting that this is a complete misuse of agencies, that legal procedures, etc., have not been followed. In this particular instance, at least at the level of the trial court also, where they did try to move for bail, that was denied. Now the Supreme Court has not granted relief. So certainly these appear to be setbacks, at least from that point of view, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Would you agree?
No, not at all. You see, when CBI arrests anybody for such scam, rightly or falsely, the trial court before whom the accused is produced invariably grants some breathing space, sometime 4 or 5 days, etc., to the CBI, which has been done in this case also. Now, the appeal against that order, you see, if you're aggrieved by such remand, then you can go before the appellate court. And the first appeal court is the High Court. And naturally, the accused, that is Sisodia, ought to have gone to Delhi High Court, which he chose not to. And he has gone straight to Supreme Court. He has been directed to High Court. Now, once Delhi High Court is approached and Delhi High Court will be moved, Delhi High Court will examine the contentions raised by him about arrest and about the misuse of agency which the Aam Aadmi Party has been publicly proclaiming. Then that would be examined and a verdict will be coming on that.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us your perspective, Mr. Majid Memon. Let's go right back to our reporters who are joining us and break this down for our viewers a little more. Nilashish, it's very important that this entire hearing, in fact, lasted perhaps about 10 to 15 minutes. It was all over in a jiffy, and now it is pretty much back to square one. They will have to now once again petition the Delhi High Court and see if any kind of relief can be given before they approach the Supreme Court again, which the court has also indicated. They said that we are not going anywhere. We are here. You can approach us if you don't get your appropriate relief.
Well, yes, absolutely. The court has orally observed that you go to the High Court. They suggested to Manish Sisodia that he could go to the High Court first, as there is an efficacious alternate available to him. In the first instance, you do not need to approach the Supreme Court. Also, very telling observation coming in from the court that as far as they're concerned, this is an aspect from the Prevention of Corruption Act, and they are not inclined to interfere with that at this stage of investigation. There are other allusions that were made with regard to journalists and their cases, but the Supreme Court clearly stated that those judgments are at a different standing with regard to Manish Sisodia's plea. Now the only option left for Manish Sisodia, of course, would be to approach the Delhi High Court.
All right, stay with us, Nilashish, because Harish is back with us as well. Harish, what are the options now, and how are we looking at this matter being taken? Because the Vinod Dua case was cited. The Supreme Court responded saying that this is a prevention of corruption case, and therefore they are not inclined to intervene in this particular matter. Take us through briefly the arguments that were made by the legal counsel for Manish Sisodia, Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
Yes, Madhav. Now, in the order, the Chief Justice bench has said that there is efficacious remedy available to Manish Sisodia's legal team to first challenge the arrest, and also the CBI remand before the High Court. And after exhausting their remedy, they can come to the Supreme Court. And coming to a question, in fact, he also rightly said, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the lawyer for Sisodia, had raised the Vinod Dua case in which Vinod Dua was given certain relief. But Abhishek, in fact, Chief Justice Chandrachud said that was a totally different case on a different footing. Some relief was given during the peak of the COVID days, but that has nothing to do with this case. This is a case under CRPC. There are serious charges under IPC against Sisodia. We cannot just like that grant bail to, in fact, grant relief to Sisodia in this manner. So first we have to approach the High Court, and only then exhaust the hierarchy, and then come to Supreme Court. Remember, Abhishek Manu Singhvi had said that just because certain answers were not given in the manner in which CBI wanted, it cannot be said to be non-evasive and non-cooperative. And very significantly, Abhishek Manu Singhvi also cited that under the Constitution there is a right against self-incrimination, and question, why should my client say something which incriminates him? So even that cannot be forced by the CBI. He has a right to silence, and he is also not a flight risk. He is not influencing witnesses. These grounds have not even been cited by the CBI in the trial court. So these grounds were cited, but the Supreme Court was not inclined to interfere at this stage, saying that there is alternative remedy available to Sisodia at this juncture. So first, they should approach the High Court before coming to the Supreme Court. And as I said earlier, Justice Narasimha made a very pertinent observation that just because the incident pertains to Delhi, happened in Delhi, it does not mean that everybody comes rushing to the Supreme Court when there are other available remedies like approaching the lower court for bail. If the lower court dismisses the bail, they can go to High Court, and after exhausting the state hierarchy, one can approach the Supreme Court, and not in this fashion. Back to you.
This fashion. Back to you.
All right, Harish, we'll come back to you for more updates on this, but there's some breaking news coming in at the moment on the story as well. All right, we have a response coming in from the BJP. The BJP has said Satyameva Jayate. That's in fact the response coming in. We're told that there would also be a press conference of the BJP in a short while from now. Well, let me quickly, in fact, take that aspect along to Kritsween, who's with us. I believe, Kritsween, you have more on this.
Absolutely. I have the tweet by BJP MP Manoj Tiwari, one of the first few BJP leaders to take to Twitter, claiming vindication as far as the supreme setback for Manish Sisodia is concerned. He says, and I quote, Madhav, Satyameva Jayate, Supreme Court se nahi mili rahat, Sharab Mantri, सारे राज राज उगलेगा और जांच की आंच जल्द मास्टरमाइंड तक भी जाएगी. So essentially hinting at the alleged role of Manish Sisodia, the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister, after, remember, the top court, the CJI, in as many words, asked Manish Sisodia to take this up with the Delhi High Court. It's very, very interesting what's playing out. These are the kind of reactions the BJP had come out with after the
Right, stay with us, Kritsween. Yes. We have Alka Lamba joining us now on the phone line. Alka Lamba ji, aapki pehli response, no relief coming in from the trial court, and now no relief coming in from the Supreme Court either for Manish Sisodia.
देखिए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सीबीआई द्वारा दिल्ली के शराब मंत्री को, शिक्षा मंत्री जो अब बताए जा रहे हैं, उन्हें बिल्कुल राहत देने से मना कर दिया और सीबीआई के अरेस्ट को सही ठहराया है। मेरी नजर बनी हुई थी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हेयरिंग शुरू और खत्म होने में 5 मिनट का भी समय नहीं लगा। मामला साफ था। 8 घंटे की सीबीआई की पूछताछ में कुछ चीजें आई हैं और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने यही कहा, आप हाई कोर्ट क्यों नहीं गए? आपको हाई कोर्ट पे विश्वास नहीं, आप सीधा सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आए हैं। और उन्होंने राहत देने के लिए साफ मना कर दिया। और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है जो 4 तारीख की रिमांड सीबीआई को दी गई है, उसमें जरूर सीबीआई पुख्ता सबूतों के साथ दिल्ली और देश के सामने सच्चाई लाएगी।
लेकिन अलका जी, आप ही के पार्टी के नेता हैं मिस्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी, वो इस वक्त वहां पे मनीष सिसोदिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे थे कोर्ट में। कैसे देखते हैं आप इसे, क्योंकि आपके पार्टी के सीनियर नेता है, मेंबर पार्लियामेंट भी हैं?
आप उनका प्रोफेशनल लाइफ, वो एक बहुत बड़े सीनियर वकील है, ये भूल रहे हैं। ये बताइए, हमने एक राज्यसभा सांसद के तौर पर, कांग्रेस नेता के तौर पर, पार्टी ने नहीं भेजा अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी को सुप्रीम कोर्ट में। वो उनका एक प्रोफेशन है, बहुत बड़े सीनियर वकील है, लाखों की फीस लेते हैं। आम आदमी पार्टी कहने वाला लाखों की फीस, सिर्फ 5 मिनट की फीस तो पूछिए कितनी दी है उन्होंने, है ना? तो आम आदमी कहने वाले अपने खास आदमी ठग को बचाने के लिए लाखों के रुपया उड़ा रहे हैं। लेकिन देखिए अब आपके सामने क्या, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने राहत देने से साफ इनकार कर दिया है और सीबीआई को बिल्कुल जांच में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए।
ऑल राइट, थैंक यू सो मच अलका।